tough rock, keeping it isolated from the surrounding buildings. The monument became especially well visible after the ground level had been lowered for the construction of the road. Having passed through the gate, obscuring the open space in front of the north facade of the church, we walk into a square porch. The porch, with a roof of timber trusses, is the result of the restoration and is a latter addition to the main building of the church, which is evidenced by a clear difference in the level between the two walls. Perhaps it was built to accommodate the increasing number of the faithful. Some experts suggest the porch was built to replace the original narthex of a smaller size. From a purely architectural point of view, the oratory has much in common with the Cattolica church in Stilo. It has the same plan of a Greek cross inscribed in a square, and in the east there are 3 semicircular apses of roughly the same size. The architectural aspect. The oratory is a real twin to the Cattolica church, if we can say so. Like the latter, it is crowned with 5 domes. On the other hand, there is a substantial difference between the 2 temples. The main body of the church, in Rossano, is significantly different from that in Stilo and seems to be a little more spacious. The outer walls of the oratory are a compact masonry made of lime and stones with the addition of plaster. A pitched roof, the drums of the dome, and the apses are covered with wavy tiles of a reddish-brown hue. The interior. The interior architecture and decoration. A typical architectural element of the San Marco oratory is a barrel vault which can be found in the architecture of the churches on the island of Crete. Once inside the church, you are struck most of all by its eastern part with its slightly protruding apses and cylindrical drums at the corner, which seem to be sunk in the pitched roof. Completely blank walls are enlivened by 2 light lancet windows in the 3 apses and a single light lancet window in the drums. One more significant difference from the Cattolica church is that the central dome is supported by thin pillars instead of columns. These peculiarities help to create a more spacious interior than that in the Stilo church. You will certainly be impressed by its great austerity, a characteristic feature of the interior. A dominant feature of the interior is the dazzling white of its walls. One more peculiarity of the interior of the San Marco church is its unplastered pillars. Unlike this temple, the pillars of the Cattolica church in Stilo perform a purely decorative function and divide the space into 5 similar parts. The arch abutments are very simple, and there are no capitals in the form of truncated pyramids used in the Stilo church. The 5 domes are equal in their diameter and height, but the central dome is set slightly higher than the others. The altar table, which you will see in front of you while crossing the space under the central dome, is also of note. Its ancient plate, with the edges decorated with geometric ornaments, was found along with other fragments during the restoration. Frescoes. The frescoes originally decorating the walls, which are now plastered with whitewash, have unfortunately been lost. Nevertheless, look at the walls of the nave to the left in the central dome, and you will see the traces of a fresco depicting Madonna and Child and dating back to the 13th century at the latest. It was undoubtedly created under the influence of the Byzantine painting. During the restoration, the fresco was removed from the wall and placed into a wooden base. In conclusion, we should say that such peculiarities, such as the austere simplicity of the somewhat chunky inner walls and strong outer walls of the building, and the lightness of the supports of the central dome, testify to the emergence of Norman culture in Calabria in the 11th and 12th centuries, although the style and structure of the church relate to the Byzantine tradition. Recent restoration work and the return of the Oratory of San Marco to its former glory. As has already been said, over the last century the monument under discussion underwent several restorations and renovations. Let us now summarize the results of recent works in brief detail. Rainwater weakened the wooden beams of the porch and damaged the harmonic structure of the domes. During the restoration, begun in March of 1977, the magnificent domes were plastered and renovated. A window choked with stones and lime was discovered on one of the domes to the left of the central dome. Serious interference of rainwater necessitated the complete reconstruction of the floor with terracotta tiles, removing greenish stains from water and plastering the walls. The altar table for Holy Communion
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.